Coach. Thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. That's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw, Rudolph. Complete to Washington. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Recon, 132 fighter. Snap.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Geno Atkins in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And now the throw hauled in by Green. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 26. Check 26. Hey, wahoo! Mike 52.
Rudolph looking to throw. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Set. 18 Gator. Check 9. Check 9. Pilot 64. Weak. Ready.
On first, here's Washington. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Bengals' 33-yard line.
Let's go. 30 base.
52's the mic. Stop your whining.
Check. Lucky. 61, matchbox white. Let's go.
Here's Rudolph off play action. It's caught by Moncrief. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line.
Down. 60 outlaw.
52's the mic. Get him.
On first down, Washington. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go.
Running it, Washington. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone and into the offensive backfield. He's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
We're scoreless after one. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Danny.
Back to throw, Newton. Green brings it in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Come on now, let's go.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get ready. Mike 55.
Out of the gun, Newton. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
You can't stop me.
Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Here we go. Check 55 to Mike. Check.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 24-yard line.
Mike's 50. Exit.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Gun. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
To throw again. Newton. Open man is Ross, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Set, 180. 80. I got one. Watch out.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1.
Rip right.
Newton takes it himself. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Almost want to go Shakespeare here. My kingdom for a yard. Quarterback sneak, nothing doing.
Better be careful. Shakespeare might sue you.
Yeah, he might come get me, right? Good luck with that, Bard.
They'll come out in the pistol.
20. Let's go. You tighten up.
He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullet good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Rudolph. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Ready. 52. Wrap it.
Now Rudolph on 1st down. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And the Steeler 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rudolph going to throw again. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Washington, and he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. Washington's got it. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Smooth. Come to my work. Hey, my 52. You draw Porter.
Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Washington now out of the gun. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Achy Gator. Hey, Foxtrot. Be careful.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Draw play, Washington. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Rudolph now to throw. Moncrief brings it in. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that could alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. He finds an opening past the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
Here we go! 60 Pittsburgh!
Shift.
80 weapons! Go! Ready!
They'll run on 1st down. It's Washington. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll stay on the ground, mix it again, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Newton is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Great. That's what I do. Mike, 55. Right there. Gun. Here we go, G.
From the gun, here's Newton. And his throw here's incomplete. The rookie from Michigan there defensively. That's Devin Bush making the play.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike. Pick it up, guys, pick it up.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Operating from the gun. Newton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
55 is my guy, 55. Hey, defense. Hey! Check 31.
On 1st down, Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the 24, Newton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. 11 yards there, first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
55. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now first and 10 at their own 16.
Hey, Alpha. 52's the mic, boy. 52. Get it.
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 65 yards.
And the Steelers first down.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now it's Rudolph. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Check, check.
They run with Washington. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The mic. 56 is the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come now.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. So out comes the field goal team once more from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Newton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After the interception, here's Rudolph. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
20.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Mike 50.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the Bengals on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Newton now to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they'll indeed go for 2. Here's Newton. Being chased out left. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw, Rudolph. He's going to air one out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say that was a game-saving play.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Team 6. 57 to Mike. Let's go. Bang, bang. Protein spill. Bang, bang. Hard. Check 50. Hey, exit.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Let's go.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Slam. Christian Travis. Ready?
A handoff for Washington. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Right back to Washington. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
I got you, son. 555.
And we heavy on the edges,
Back to throw, Newton. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
You don't want to see me. You don't want it. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Finding Green complete. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it. Away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Come on. You better.
They snap it to Newton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Great. Kill. Slam. Get him all. West. Deuce.
They're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success. How about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's crashing. 8.
Hey, alert 3.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Mike 55. Who that?
Hey, check Mike. Watch it.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And that's complete. It's Green here. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
At the Steelers' 33-yard line.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Newton to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Newton. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Gun.
Throwing here, Newton. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead. And that is a tough pill to swallow. All they had to do, Charles, keep the ball, work this clock.
The only way for the defense to win was to force the fumble, and they did. Took it the other way for a score, and now if you're the offensive team, it will take a miracle perhaps to win this ball game.
Look at me, zipper. 56. Let's go.
Now it's Rudolph toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Bengals take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Mike 55, Mike 55.
He's back to throw. He's got Green. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Go.
Now Newton. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Now it's Newton. Buying time to his left. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Delta.
A first throw now for the backup Roethlisberger. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Bengals, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.